All right, everyone. We have Kairos Tonga here, and we can go ahead and get started with questions. If you have a question, please raise your hand. I'll call on you. Joe Lewis.
Yeah, this being your first experience in the NFL and knowing the Bears are drafted you and selected you for added depth at the defensive line, how has the experience been and how has your mentality been going into it?
It's been a fun experience, being able to be here to learn and to take as much knowledge as I possibly can from coaching and all the players that are with me. So it's been fun. My mentality here is just to come in and work and to compete. I think that we've been doing that the past couple of days, and I'm gonna continue to just come in and learn from whoever I can and continue to compete.
Colleen King.
Hey, Kairos, I was just wondering, have you heard from any of your veteran teammates yet? And if so, what have they told you?
No, I haven't heard from any of them. They're busy. They have their lives and everything like that with stuff. But I've been getting to know a lot of the rookies and a lot of my new teammates from the coaches. So that's been very helpful and insightful for them.
Pat Finley.
Tell me about the mission you went on. Where'd you go?
I served my mission in Kansas. So it was fun. It was the middle of nowhere, but I enjoyed it and loved it.
Were you hoping for someplace more exotic?
Oh yeah, I thought I was gonna go like New Zealand or to the islands somewhere, and then I read Wichita, Kansas. So it was fun though. I enjoyed every second of it.
Larry Mayer.
I imagine that you're looking forward to putting on the pads and training camp to really show what you can do physically. So for a nose tackle, what can you really show coaches and your teammates in non-contact practices?
I think just being able to be quick, using my hands more, and not just trying to power everything with pads. No, with pads we get caught up in trying to bull rush, especially from the nose tackle position. But without pads, just showing speed, elusiveness, and being able to be quick on my feet, nimble, and being coachable.
Steve Leventhal.
Yeah, hi. Just curious, what players did you look up to growing up, and who would you say that you model your game after?
I was a big fan of Haloti Ngata, defensive tackle for the Ravens. I enjoyed watching him being able to move at his weight and his size. And I'm a big fan of Vita Vea, defensive tackle for the Buccaneers right now. And I try my best to show and to do the same things as them.
Any more questions? So we got Pat Finley.
Are you curious how many veterans are going to take part in this voluntary period coming up?
No, it's not really something that's on my mind, but I'm excited to whatever veterans do show up. I'm excited to meet them and to learn from them and take as much knowledge as possibly can.
Do you think there could be an opportunity for a younger guy? Just you might get more reps, even if it's just walkthrough reps, than you would have otherwise.
Yeah, I think any reps I can possibly take is going to be positive for me. If it's mental or being in walkthroughs, I'm just trying to take as much as I can.
All right. Thanks, everyone. All right, everyone, we have Thomas Graham here with us. We'll go ahead and get started. First question, Pat Finley.
Hey, Thomas, how are you?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. Tell me about practicing for the first time. I know you went through some all-star stuff, but was it weird to be back out there after sitting out with the coronavirus stuff last year?
It wasn't weird for me personally. I think the Senior Bowl just helped, just being able to actually be out there and be in football. So it wasn't truly that far away from me. I think the only thing is I just kind of got to get adjusted to the calls and the checks. Sometimes I make the same checks I was when I was back in college, and you feel me? They ain't the same.
Dude, were people looking at you like, what the heck do you mean?
A little bit, but we was all kind of doing it. You know, it's all our first time in this defense, so we just trying to get adjusted so we can go out there and play fast.
Alex?
Hey, Thomas. The
Yeah.
Bears may have an opening here at nickel corner. Have your coaches talked to you about that opportunity, or are you aware of that opportunity in front of you to maybe get a starting job?
They just told me that they want me to come in here and learn the playbook, be able to play both corner and nickel. So they told me, let's go out there and compete, do as best as you can, and that's what I'm going to do. Me personally, I want to go out there and start, but nothing is given in this league. You got to go take it, and you got to earn it.
Sean?
Hey, just wondering what your initial impressions are working with Sean Desai.
It's amazing. Definitely because he comes from the same tree as my first defensive coordinator in college. So I spent 2 years in that defense. I just kind of got to get used to the calls and the checks, but just being able to play with somebody that actually can do the things, and as smart as he is defensive wise and switch everything up, he can play everything man zone and everything under the sun. So I'm just glad that I get to be able to work under him.
Colleen?
Hey, Thomas, just wondering from a defensive perspective, what were your impressions of Justin Fields this weekend?
I wish I got be able to say I got the impression in college, but due to COVID, I didn't. But it's great to be able to play with somebody with talent like that. He can put zip on the ball. He can put some air on it. I think he's going to be a very great quarterback in this upcoming future.
Pat?
We talk about Jim Leavitt. Was he? I'm trying to think. Who was your first coordinator?
Jim Leavitt, yes, sir.
What is similar and what is different?
They just come from the same tree, so they run a similar defense. So for me personally, it wasn't like I'm coming into a whole organization that runs like a completely different defense that I've never seen before. I've seen it. It's just different calls, different checks, different meanings to certain things, but overall the same concept.
Steve?
Yeah, Thomas, what had you heard about life in the NFL, and even early on so far, has your experience been like in the NFL?
It's just different. It's very professional. Everything is really kind of on your own. And they told me, all my friends that I know, that I had an organ that left the last 2-3 years, and then the ones I grew up with, they told me it was going to be like this. I kind of thought it was, but it really is showing that you on your own. You got to be able to be accountable to yourself.
Joe Lewis?
Yeah, you spoke about how the big differences between the college level and the professional level. In your brief experience now, how drastic has the speed been in comparison to what it was in college?
I don't think the speed is very different. I think it's just being able to learn the playbook and be able to play fast. And I feel like that's a major difference. Definitely coming in as a rookie, I don't know the defense. I got a chance to learn some of it, but I didn't really know all of it before I got here. So being able to play fast, once you learn it, I think it's going to be able to slow the game down for me, just kind of being a freshman in college all over again.
Got time for a couple more. Sean?
I know numbers have been a little bit limited here this weekend. Was that Mike Adams jumping out with you guys in 7-on-7s?
Yes, it was. He was out there killing the post, or when the ever had half, whatever he had, he was doing. He got a couple blitzes in there too. So it was good to be able to actually play with a person that's played in the league and for 17 years, and I want to be able to be in that position one day. So it was glad that I actually got the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, what's it like having a veteran like that to learn from here?
It's amazing because you get to learn like the little things, because that's what this whole game is about. It's a game of inches. So he's telling you the little things, how to communicate the right way, how to talk the right way, and how to move and do things the right way to actually make sure you last in this league.
And last one, Pat.
I think Pro Football Focus had you as like the 70th best player in the draft, something like that. Why do you think you fell as far as you did, or why do you think you were picked where you were? And what does that do anything to your confidence? Does that do anything to your motivation?
I personally don't really know what made me drop or something like that, or even if I was actually rated that high. That was just their rankings, but all that did was just kind of put a chip on my shoulder. And I've always played with a chip on my shoulder. I've always been an underdog. So I'm just going out there ready to go play, ready to go ball and do the things that I've always done my whole life. It was just go out there and make my family proud.
What did you do the last day of the draft? What was the setup there? And were you watching TV? Did you get away from it? What was that day like?
To be honest, I did get away from the TV after the 5th round, but my agent called me, my parents called me, and they just said, we believe in you just as much as you believe in yourself. Your name is going to get called. When it is, take advantage of that opportunity.
Where'd you go when you got away from the TV?
I was at an Airbnb, so I just kind of just went to the back room and I just started watching my favorite TV shows. So I started watching Naruto.
What is it? I'm sorry?
Naruto.
Okay. And where was the Airbnb?
It was in Newport Beach. So after I got drafted, I did go out there and run on the beach. A happy moment for me and my family.
All right. Thanks, everybody.